Shalom, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops, and brothers on down at Great Millstone. Salutation to the whole elect. This is your brother Rai Bayamian, here to share another lesson. Lord willing, it be edifying unto the elect. And as you can see, the structure in America, aka Babylon the Great, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, is being diminish, day by day, and this is what, we look forward to. Now, at the height of any kingdom, the infrastructures, right, would have sustenance put into them. But since this is the end of Esau's, kingdom, the budgeting, the funding is being cut from these different structures: the road, the education, the employment for the people, right? Social services is being diminished. Medicaid, Medicare, people's 401k retirement plan is being diminished. So there's no hope for the future. Why? Because this is the end of Esau's kingdom, and the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and Jacob is at hand. All right, and I'll start with that scripture in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So at the end of every kingdom, it starts to be broken down. But the beginning of our kingdom is being built up first and foremost by this word going out under the direction of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The temple is being built, the kingdom is being built spiritually, right? And when our Lord come, then it would be continue to be built physically. All right, so I'm going to share this article of another scripture at the end and close it out. It says, these New York agencies will feel budget cuts the most. All right, as per the news article by Giovanni Alves, it says Staten Island, New York, Mayor Eric Adams unveiled his proposed $106.7 billion executive budget for New York City's 2024 fiscal year last month, prompting mixed reactions from New York residents, employees, and advocates. While Adams backed pedal on some of the cuts he requested agencies to make, many will still feel the impact. We realize that not everyone will be happy, but that is okay, because that is how you get stuff done. The mayor said during a press conference in City Hall in April. Here's what we know about the budget cuts so far. Number one, Adams initially asked all city agencies to cut 4% of their budgets, but adjusted the requested cuts for a handful of agencies to avoid cutting into some of the city's most critical services. Adams reduced the cut percentages for the fire department, sanitation department, parks department, Department of Homeless Services, Human Resource Administration, Department of Youth and Community Development, the Office of Labor Relations, and Department. So lucky brothers that tired man. Gotta rebuke that. Where was I? Number one. Office of Design and Construction. It says the specific reduced rates were not immediately clear. And those I just mentioned before are very important. At some point, they're gonna stop, putting, even the amount of money that they currently put into it. You understand? Because this place is being broken down. It says number two, education budget cuts are slightly lower than other agencies, but still significant. Adams proposed reducing Connie and the Department of Education budgets by 3%. He claims these cuts will not affect any jobs, but instead focus on fringe funds, such as nixing the expected expansion of the pre-kindergarten program to include 3-year-olds. Now, just because the save may not affect any job, sometimes that 3% might go into different opportunities for equipment and stuff that could make either moving around or doing certain jobs difficult. So at that point, you might as well not have a job because you can't really do it efficiently without certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to be a mechanic without tools. Over just a wrench only. You know what I'm saying? Number 3 says the library systems and Department of Culture Rural Affairs was spared from this round of cuts. It says, following heavy scrutiny, the proposed cuts to library and cultural affairs, which advocates said would entail ending various vital community services and severely reduce operating hours, Adams decided to exclude the two from the program to eliminate the gap PEG cuts from the fiscal year 2024. Library system leaders have said they will still feel the impact of the two PEG cuts announced last year, which Adams' administration confirmed the new budget cuts does not withdraw. Leaders say this will subject them to a $36.2 million dollar cut in the upcoming fiscal year, which could limit capacity to open new branches and maintain current hours and programs. So, see, when you cut from one place, you gotta take it from somewhere else, and that's what they're doing. Number 4 says Adams says savings in budget were achieved without layoffs and direct service cuts. Now, what they're gonna do? They're gonna tax more. Those tickets that they give for red lights and speeding tickets is gonna go up. It says the major boosted that his PEGs managed to spare city employees from layoff and retain vital services. Last year, Adams asked city agencies to cut half of their jobs that are vacant. In December, there were more than 20,000 municipal job vacancies in the city. The city is also pushing to fill many of these vacancies, especially in agencies that are short-staffed. Number 5, it says the larger budget is to compensate for asylum seeker costs and labor contract settlements. The mayor says Adams' $106.7 billion budget is up $4 billion from the preliminary executive budget that he introduced in January. Our continued progress is threatened by something beyond our control: the course of the asylum seeker crisis, the mayor previously said. Expected funding for the asylum seeker crisis in New York includes $1 billion in state budget for migrant related relief and approximately $650 million in federal funding. If the Federal Emergency Management Act, FEMA, approves the city's application, according to Adams, this would merely cover 40% of the $4.3 billion in migrant crisis spending that the administration estimates needed for the project. For a projected 70,000 migrants in the city shelter system by July. Number 6, it says City Council leadership believe Adams' cuts to be overkill. In a joint statement last month, City Council Speaker Adrian Adams and Council Finance Chair Justin Brannan expressed their approval for some of the cuts reduction Mayor Adams arrived at, but said they should go further. Okay, so they want to go further than what he had. It says the executive budget still leaves our libraries facing significant uh, service cuts. Agencies that deliver essential services harmed, and programs that deliver solutions to the city's most pressing challenges without the investments needed. They said, ultimately, the city needs a responsible budget and effectively and efficiently prepares us for success by meeting the needs of New Yorkers and protecting against future risks. Speaker Adams and Brannan said, there is significant work ahead of achieving that goal, and we will continue our negotiations with the administration and work with all stakeholders to succeed. Over the next month, City Council will hold negotiations with the mayor to adjust the executive budget and arrive at final agreed upon budget, the adopted budget, before July 1st, when the new fiscal year begins. So basically, they are gonna take money, even if they keep the jobs that they said they're gonna keep. They're gonna take money from one way and give it to another. If you travel the roads of New York City, I'm not saying the whole state, but the different the 5 boroughs, the roads are not good, man. All they do is patchwork rather than fixing the whole thing. And when they do fix the whole thing, it takes years upon years, and even after that, it still deteriorates. You understand? So this place is not gonna be healed, man. Every city is gonna suffer. They're still gonna do budget cut until they can't do it no more, until this place fall down. But meanwhile, on the TV, they give the illusion that everything is good, everything is okay. But this place is coming to naught, man. This is good. This is what we desire. We desire, our Lord to come and deliver us, and that could only happen when this place goes down. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. You understand? But that's not gonna happen, man. There's no remedy for this place. This place is destined to be destroyed. All right. Verse 9, it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So those migrants that they are pitching, budget money for, they are either gonna die here or they're gonna flee into their own country when they realize that there is no fruit left, no wine left to be enjoyed in the society. And so these things is gonna continue to escalate as the days of our Lord approaches. And this is why you see the Lord is shortening the days. The hours and the days are flying by. You know what I'm saying? So call Halam Lab and away how Bashim or Shai Bashim Kakadash. So Lord will in this lesson now be able to find out to the elect. Until the next time, Shalom.